Zach, Jordan, man, thank y'all for being on tonight. We got a lot to talk about, I think. Y'all doing well?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
we're
Thank
doing
you.
well
Yeah,
down here on
and
vacation.
you're on vacation. Well, thank you for tuning in from vacation. We appreciate you joining us. And Jordan, what I know you're just recovering from the match we're going to talk about tonight, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Naomi
Yeah,
and I, Matthew, we ran a fantastic match, and we're gearing up to go to King of 1 Mile. We do that in
nice.
2 weeks.
Oh man, that's going to be busy. That'll be a good trip, though. Glad to hear it. I hope y'all do great. So let's so the match you just hosted up at Black Bear. So first of all, tell us a little bit about Black Bear if you want to.
So with Black Bear ELR, we have right now we're at the 2,100 yards, and on Friday I was cutting the range for the 3,200 yard
Man,
platform. So our ELR gun is we're going to be able to stretch it out. I don't think I'll be able to do it for the fall match. I'm hoping
sure.
to have it completed for the spring match. So Black Bear is a unique place. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It's the complete opposite of Moccasin Valley. Same beautiful views, except Moccasin Valley's pointing up. We're pointing down.
At Moccasin Valley, you were sort of in the valley shooting up the hill, and Black Bear, you're on the top shooting down. Yeah,
Right.
I
Moccasin
got
Valley,
you.
you had to dig a ditch out for your belly.
That's right. That's right.
Black Bear, we had to put pillows underneath us.
What and where is it located at in Virginia, Jordan?
It's Appomattox, Virginia.
Gotcha, gotcha. So y'all hosted that match, and now this match was different. I think this is the first time this has been done, at least as far as we're aware, in the United States, definitely in the East. So tell us about how this match was different. First, what was it called, and how it was different?
This was the Black Bear 30 cal hunter match, and we did a short action and long action division. So the 6.5 Creedmoors weren't fighting against 300 PRCs or 30 XCs. It was a super cool match.
Yeah,
So you were able to shoot in both divisions if you wanted to, as long as you had a short action or a long action and a long action. You could do both. So that was super neat. There was, I think, 5 or 6 shooters that shot in both divisions.
oh, great, great. So before we get into the shooters and everything, tell me a little bit about the layout. So because that's a unique thing. So it was 30 cal and under. It still had the similar like equipment rules as our normal ELR matches. Other than that, and then how did you sort of adjust your targets, or did you adjust your targets to account for that, or tell me how you what
All
you
right, so what we
consider?
did,
Yeah.
we followed the ELR Alliance and ELR Foundation rule set, and we did 26 pounds and under. So this wasn't a typical hunter match per se. It was a light gun match with restrictions. And I kept the first 6 targets under 1,000 yards.
Nice.
So that gave the opportunity to the 6.5 Creedmoors or the guy that brought out his daddy's hunting rifle, NRL guns, to be able to shoot out and get their personal best. And I really wanted their personal best to be 1,000 and over a mile.
I got you.
I did a Peace Bear at 997 yards. It was 3 MOA tall, 1.5 MOA wide.
Nice.
Huge target at 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
We used animal targets. We used 2 other animal targets closer distance, around 740 yards. That gave them about a minute tall and about 2.5 minutes wide. So we fluctuated on what we were doing, and we wanted to make it a little bit interesting and different from a typical ELR match.
Right. Right.
I did out to the 1,845 yard target was 4 foot by 4 foot. So with
Nice.
these smaller calibers, it was a poke. These
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
they stretched them out.
Yeah, which for people that aren't, that's over a mile. A mile is 1760. So you're shooting over a mile with whatever you brung. So
It was
uh,
cool. It was awesome watching guys stretch their rifles out, really try to figure out their gear. There was some
mhm.
guys with some not so hot looking bipods, which is
Yeah.
fine. I,
That's
I
right.
I told them, once they learned from us to buy once, cry once.
Right.
Um, so we were able to stretch 308s out. I think one of the guys had a 1,500 yard personal best with a 308. It was a hunting rifle with a
Nice.
$50 bipod. It was
Yeah.
cool. It was cool. It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
What so how many shooters did you have in short action?
We had combined 36 shooters,
Nice.
and long action we had 22, and in short action we had 14.
Okay. And out of those, how many would you say were either first time or sort of new to ELR shooters?
Between both divisions, we had 16 brand new shooters.
Wow, man,
Brand new shooters to ELR.
that is fantastic. Almost half the field
Yeah.
is new shooters. Man, that's fantastic for ELR. That is really really good. That's a very promising statistic. So that's awesome to see.
And
Well,
that was
most
the
of them,
goal.
yeah. Sorry, yeah, that's right. If we're not
Yeah,
growing, we're dying. So, yeah,
Sean, you've had the goal. I've had the goal. Zach's had the
yeah,
goal. It's awesome. It's
yeah.
absolutely amazing.
What was the smallest caliber or cartridge that you had ran? Was anything lower than 308 or 65 Creedmoor, or anybody run a six? Or
308 was probably the smallest,
yeah,
and
gotcha,
there was two of them.
gotcha. Anything else interesting? Like any other cartridges you don't normally see at the ELR match, like 7 mag or anything like that? Or
We had Mott's. He built a rifle for this. Um, he I forget what it was, but then the three of us built a 30XC,
man,
and the three of us with a 30XC with a 15-round string, we were all fighting for last place.
I
Our
bet.
projectiles were exploding after 9 rounds.
Yeah, yeah. Jeez, man, that is
We
wild.
were running anywhere between 33 and 3,450 feet per second with a 245 grain burger. They were just exploding as soon as they come out.
What
Yeah, I saw a few of them. It looked like it was out there like 20 or 30 yards from the end of the barrel. Boom, they were blowing up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it was the coolest thing to see Trace on that.
speaking of that, Jack, saying you're seeing that, where were you seeing that? That was on Jordan. Where can they see that on Facebook?
Josh Axford has posted some videos.
Yeah.
I can post it if they'd like, or they can
Nice.
DM me and we can show them all kinds of stuff. The coolest thing I thought was we had about 10 brand new shooters that I put behind the spot and scope and taught them trace.
Man.
So they were able to see the 30XCs were the coolest trace to see under 8 rounds.
Sure.
But it was like I've watched trace for a 50 cal. And then when you see a 30XC, it looks like a Nerf ball going out to 1,800 yards. I mean, it's the coolest thing ever. So to be able to show new shooters that,
yeah,
it's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
And it's funny. One of the things I hear the most, like when you tell somebody that doesn't really know about it or has done a little shooting, man, y'all, it's crazy y'all are hitting targets that far. But then the next thing is, nah, y'all aren't seeing bullets, and that's probably the most unbelievable thing that non-shooters or casual shooters, when you talk about seeing trace. And so the fact that you could put 10 new shooters on a spot and scope and them see that, fantastic. I mean, that would get you hooked and in a heartbeat, because that's the coolest thing in the world to see trace. Start getting to where you can see it. So,
right, well, and occasionally you'll get the back of the bullet at max ordnance too. When the first time you see that, you're like, "What's that? Wait, that's actually the bullet in flight."
Yeah.
Well, that was my whole thing with this match. Is I was going to run a class, and I figured if I ran a class, I could only reach out to about 8 to 10 shooters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I ran a match, now I just had 15 new shooters that I was able to help out spot for, or my team, not just myself. Right. And then anybody else, we were able to still help them out and grow. So I was able to reach more people doing a match setting, and now they're under the time restriction.
That's right.
Right, and the other neat thing I think was really nice that you had guys like David Atkins, Richie Young, Nathan Harrison. Those guys came out. Dwayne Russell, Mott, all the regulars in light and heavy come out and more or less be like assistant teachers for you. actually show you how they're doing, and you were able to narrate and say, okay, this is why he's doing what he's doing. This is, you're able to show them instead of just say, okay, well, in theory, this is how it works. You got to watch them do their stuff in a match atmosphere, and teach them live on the go.
Well, was that going back to that? When I had my safety brief, I briefed that, and I didn't even ask any of the pro shooters, but I said, anybody wearing a jersey, any shooters need to go over, talk to them, pick their brain, ask them to spot for you. So that way they had multiple different connections on who shoots what, was shooting MOA or Mills. That was the biggest part of it. And David Atkins, Dwayne Russell, they all helped out. It was great. It was wonderful.
Well,
it was great.
We all three of us have shot so much on ELR and everything that we forget and we take it for granted how intimidating it is to show up at your first match. Like, we just forget that. Like, especially if you don't have a team or other people to really shoot with, and just walking up to that first person and saying, hey, man, this is my first match. I don't know what I don't know. You look like you know what you're doing. So, like the jerseys, like y'all having those, that's perfect. Hey, you look like you know what you're doing. Can you help me? And we just forget about that. And to have that in the safety briefing, any ELR match I've ever been to, people are willing to help. But to lay that out there at the beginning and say, hey, do that. Don't be afraid to do that, man. That's great. So,
but another great thing I had my brother come down, and he was a photographer for the entire match.
That's awesome.
So he shot everybody shooting. I'll be able to send you, Sean, his link.
Yep. Good.
So the shooters are able to go and buy pictures from him at a really good price, which is cool because if you're showing up to a match with a partner, they don't have time to take pictures of you.
How many times have you got to the end of a match weekend and said, I didn't get any pictures?
Right.
Right. Every time I'm like, I didn't get pictures. I didn't get video. You don't have time. So that's every match, and every match director that hears this should start making that happen.
So I'll post that on my personal page and the Blackberry ELR page, and probably the East Coast page. We had a lot of the East Coast ELR shooters that came up, and they just wanted a break from big guns, and they wanted to shoot their hunting rifles in a match setting. It's cool. It was awesome.
Yep. It is. To me, it's an idea who's way overdue, and I'm so glad you made it happen. One thing I would say, like these people, the new shooters that came out, and they set a personal best, hitting at 1,000 yards, hitting it over a mile, to have pictures of that too. You know how many desks or walls or something that's going to go on for family or friends to be like, man, what are you doing here? Oh, that's that day I hit 1,000 yards, or I hit a mile with my rifle. That's just great, man. That I remember the first time I ever hit. Like, it's fantastic. You never forget it.
Well, and another thing too, I have Alex's camera, so I can go back if somebody reaches out to me and they want their footage, I can get it for them. That's Slam and Steel. That
is cool. That is really cool too. And because I hate that I don't have anything for mine. You pretty much got to take my word for it,
so, right?
Yeah. So to have evidence, because some of these guys are going to go back to hunting buddies and be like, hey man, I took my 308 and hit a mile or whatever. No, man, you didn't do that. Hey, I got video.
Right.
So that's awesome. Now, how did what was sort of your setup on the match as far as just how the match ran? So you had a total of how many targets and all that?
So originally we were going to do 3 targets per relay, 15-shot strings, but we pulled a vote first thing that morning, and almost all the shooters, except for about 2, everybody wanted to shoot it in one day.
Gotcha.
So I told the other shooters that didn't want to shoot in 2 days, I said, well, look, I'll come back up with you at the range tomorrow morning, and we'll go shoot at whatever target you want to shoot at, and you have a free class, and we'll go to town.
Nice.
But all the, everybody wanted to get it done and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
It was a long day. We started at 7:45. The first shot was fired, and we ended at 5:15, and our
Man.
awards around 6 o'clock. It was a long day.
Yeah. Hey, good for you. Like getting started that fast and that early, man. Kudos to y'all because I don't know if I've ever shot a shot before 8 o'clock at one of mine. So kudos to y'all on knocking that out.
If it wasn't for Matthew, Naomi, Josh Axford, our Black Bear team, my kids, we all have jobs when we run these matches, and they're important jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew's wife came up and did the lunches. Like, it was run smooth. When we all get there, we know what our jobs are and who's riding the side-by-side down to plug in the batteries or, it's phenomenal. I love it.
And now Matthew, you're talking about. I don't think we've introduced him on here before. That's Matthew Gills, right?
Matthew Gills. He's run 22 ELR matches. He's shoots a lot of 22 PRS. He shoots with me a lot at King of One. He's on the Black Bear ELR team. He has helped at every one of the Black Bear matches, whether it's on cameras or ROing or spotting. He's just a fantastic person. He's run NRL hunter matches at Black Bear. So we're very fortunate to have him helping us on the team.
And we will get him on here one of these times. He had a conflict tonight, but I look forward to getting him on here. And ELR cannot happen without exactly what you just talked about. The people willing to volunteer, willing to step up. Matthew, your family, Naomi, Daniel Lee, I mean, just all the people that step up and make it happen. It cannot happen without people willing to do that. And so huge shout out to people that are willing to step up and do it and sacrifice some of their prep and shooting time to make it happen for others. That's what ELR is about.
It's I shoot my own matches.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely hard to win your own match.
Oh, you're absolutely right. People really don't realize that either, how hard you put yourself in a hole having to try to run, keep everything running, answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then
if you look at what Jay and Alex do with ELRSO and they shoot their own matches, it's extremely hard to even podium.
That's it. I've had matches where I've showed up and I said, I plan to shoot, and it gets so chaotic and busy. I'm not shooting. I'm out of it. Even though I plan to, because it just gets so overwhelming sometimes. And so
when I went to help you in January, I told you, put me at last shooter. I don't want.
Well, but for you and Naomi being there, it would have been almost impossible to make that match happen. So, I mean, that's what it takes. It takes people willing to show up and work. And so that was deeply appreciated then. And it's what make matches go. And so you had, how many stages total did you have on this match? Oh, did I lose you, Jordan?
Yeah, you did. I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Yep, you're good.
You can buffer that one out.
Sorry, how many stages did you have on this match?
3.
3 stages, right. And it was 3 targets per stage?
Correct.
Right, and 5 shots per target?
Correct. So
a total of 45
Matthew
shots.
and I had to jump back and forth the whole time. And then we even pulled in Dwayne Russell to be an RO to spot to confirm with the cameras. So that way Matthew could get prepped, so I could get prepped, or my daughter was shooting.
Nice. So as far as I think you said the furthest start was 1845. We said, did on your short action? Did you look at that as just sort of what's traditionally a short action cartridge, like 3, whatever that distance is, 2.900 or so? I mean, you weren't really worried about all that. People sort of know what short action is, right?
Yeah. So actually, the short action guy, I want to call him out because he did really great, is Brian Blevins. Blevins.
Nice. Shout out, Brian.
So he beat David Atkins in long action by 5,000 points on my scoring system.
Nice. What was he running? What short action cartridge?
I'm not sure. I don't have it on my list, but he did a fantastic. I think he dropped 4 shots the whole entire match.
That's awesome.
He dropped 3.
3. Yeah, he did a wonderful job.
Yeah. Now, was he a? I'm not familiar with his name. Is he a newer shooter, or
I've
did
never
you?
seen him in the ELR. He said it was his first ELR match.
That's great. That's exactly what we want. Good job, Brian. Man, shout out. That's the way to show up and show out. So
Yeah, that it was wonderful. And
yeah,
he dropped 2 at 18:45
Yep.
and 1 at 12:84. Other than
nice.
that, he cleaned everything
That is awesome. That's a nice. That's a great day.
with short action. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it just goes to show how much we may chase our tails on some of this stuff. You know.
yeah, it was wonderful. It was
Yep.
wonderful.
Yep. Um.
Uh,
So definitely doing it again at some point, then, huh?
yeah, so I will entertain doing it after our season. Well, I guess my next match will be our season opener. Is that right, Zach?
Yeah. Yep.
So
So
if they
November,
want it,
right?
November, yes, sir.
so let's talk about now as you mentioned that. Let's talk about sort of what this match counted for, or what it did, where it's
This
included,
match,
and all that.
all my scores counted toward the ELR Alliance, ELR
Mhm.
Foundation, King of 1 Mile. Were as a whole, the match counted toward everything. There might be a little bit different placement on the shooting order if you go to Alliance or Foundation.
Mhm.
Once again, it's just a tool,
Yeah.
but it's going to be counted. It's going to go toward the Terminus series.
Yep.
And when does the Terminus series? When's the finale for that, Zach?
September 19th.
And
September 19th
that's
at Thunder Valley.
the East Coast ELR
Right.
Terminus ARM series. It'll be the finale at Thunder Valley. Yeah, you said what, September 19th?
Yep.
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 September
So that'd be
19th.
the
We have 2
close.
more matches. We have August 22nd. Well, August 22nd is a Thunder Valley regional match.
Okay.
September 5th, we're having something very similar to what you just had, Jordan. We're calling it a pro-am, and we're shooting only light, but we're teaming guys that shoot in that top 20% or top 60%, score 60% or higher on average in an ELR match, and teaming them up with a shooter that doesn't.
Okay,
And
cool.
you're going to shoot as a pro. There'll be 3 divisions. You'll be so the pros will shoot for pros. The AMs are going to shoot for AM points, and then we're also going to combine you and shoot for teams. So there's 3 different levels of ways to get a trophy and some cash in this match. American Rights movement is coming in again. Francis and them and sponsoring the payout for both. Pro, AM, and team results, top 3 in each. But yeah, the whole idea. We've got Paul Phillips coming. He's gonna shoot with an AM. A lot of the guys that shoot our regular guys have all grabbed, and I think right now we're at like 22 teams. Uh, and we're capping out at 25 teams. So we're just about full here, and just about 3 weeks or so left before that match. 4 weeks before that match.
All right. And Jordan, getting back to you talking about your scores, like we're counting. It's sort of the overarching goal of ELR in general. If you go shoot somewhere, we want it to count. We're making everything count as much as it can everywhere it can. So I'm glad to hear you
We
go
are.
through.
We are.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
nobody's going to get punished for going to shoot any
no,
match.
no, we want our
Uh,
shooters to be taken care of.
I
So,
just go pick a venue that
yeah,
you've never been to, go shoot it. Go pick your favorite venue, go shoot it.
yep, that's right. That's right.
That's the big deal. We have the King of 1 Miles coming up next, and then after that, we're doing the Cellmark Ranch. That sold out in under 15 minutes.
Nice.
And then after that, everybody should get geared up for King of 2 Mile. They
Mhm.
leave Zach's match and they start their drive to King of 2 Mile.
Yeah, I got quite a few people said that we tried to plan it that way. That was actually my finale was going to be a 2-day, and we decided that to make it a 1-day like the rest of our matches have been, just so that a few of those shooters could get on the road Sunday and start heading to King of 2.
Man,
That's
yeah.
right. We used to do that when Joe Burdick was running in Moccasin Valley. We would leave Moccasin Valley and go to King of 2 Mile. So it's great. You know what the best thing is? In September, October, I think I counted it up. There's between 7 and 8 matches. Any shooter can go every single weekend.
Man. And all of us have been in ELR long enough to remember where you were weeks, if not months, between matches trying to gear up, especially if you were in the East. So it's getting there. It's getting closer to how we want it, and I'm jealous of the new shooters coming in and the opportunities they have. So
once I get this 3,200 yard at Black Bear, we may have to make heavy gun a 2-day match.
True.
Logistically, but we'll end up doing like a 45 round match, and
Gotcha.
it's going to be the furthest on the East Coast. There's one in Florida, but he doesn't open it up to matches.
Right.
So
right.
Black Bear will have 3,200. I've been working my butt off on it.
Yeah, super excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool as shit.
Yeah. I wish I was closer. I'd come help you more. Sorry about that.
I just need you to hop on a plane and fly up to Charlottesville, and we'll go shoot it.
Well, whoever in Illinois just hit that $1 billion lottery, maybe we can talk them into helping us out. So, well, Zach or Jordan, anything else y'all want to add about the match this past, the 30 cal or under match? I think it's a fantastic thing for ELR. I think we're going to see a lot more of that style match in the future. Anything else y'all want to add about it tonight?
No, I was super excited to see it happen and be able to get the scores in for you guys on the Alliance, and we'll talk about those in another link.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was great for the sport, like you said, Jordan, getting the new people. You just got to get them off the bench, and the targets you used, the animal type style targets, awesome idea. I thought that was great. Because it brings in some of the NRL guys, so it gives them everybody had something familiar to them in this match. So even if unless you were Cold Stone Green to competition, if you came from PRS or ELR, it didn't matter. You were able to see something that you saw at your matches, and try to see that again. I think too many times we get caught in the trenches and we fight with each other instead of realizing, hey, PRS, NRL, ELR, we're all 2A friendly. We're all brothers and sisters, and the last thing we need to do is fight each other. Just come together and get out there, like you said, and pick something different. Try something different.
Right. And
now the big thing is go out tomorrow and buy your suppressors.
Yeah. And having, again, I cannot over stress how much having a new shooter at one of these matches where you've got people like you, Josh Axford, Dwayne Russell, David Atkins, for them to just sit there, like, it's worth it to go just sit and watch, even if you don't shoot, to watch people like y'all run it and see what you need to be successful, how you do your clock management. I mean, it's worth it just to go watch. If you're a shooter thinking about doing it. So if you're a new shooter listening to this, find the ELR match, and I guarantee you a match director will let you watch. Bring earmuffs or bring some kind of hearing protection, but go watch a match if you're not sure yet.
Yeah, so go to, for new shooters, go to Safety First Tactical, look at our next year's calendar, go to ELR Alliance or go to ELR Foundation.
Yep.
We'll have all the matches on there. We want everybody to come join and shoot.
That's right. ELR, man, it's a great community. We want everybody to be a part of it. So, guys, if there's nothing else tonight, Jordan, thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule. I know you have always got loading or prep or something to be working on. And Zach, I appreciate you coming in off of vacation. Guys, thanks for being here tonight. And I'll get this out and we'll get it out to the ELR world. So thanks,
Sean, for having us.
Yep.